I went ahead and ranked the new coaching vacancies, the new coaching jobs that are available going into next season. So I want you guys to kind of react to my list. Tell me how you feel.
Breaking news, one just opened up. Antonio Pierce was fired by the Raiders.
Cool. I'll add them to my list.
Yeah, it happened like 10 minutes ago.
Guess where they're going.
Right at the fucking bottom.
Yeah. So this
Really? At the bottom?
No, I'm kidding.
I want to hear this, and then I'm going to react
Yeah, I'm
to that.
kidding. I gotta hear.
So this list is based on how like attractive I think these jobs are. If I was a coach in the cycle, what team would I want to go coach? All right. Should I go from the bottom to the top or the top to the bottom?
Go from bottom to top.
Bottom to top. So I have 7 teams here. You guys are going to say, wait a second, there's only 6 teams that fired their coach. You'll understand. So 7, I have the New Orleans Saints. I just think they have nothing good going on. Absolutely nothing good. The roster's aging. You have really no young talent to look forward to.
Terrible cap situation.
Situation. I mean, you had a good draft this past year, for sure. I like
They always draft well.
Yeah, I like their draft this year, but really just nothing to look forward to if you're coaching that team. They won't be relevant for a few years to where whoever gets this job will probably get canned by the time they're ready to compete. So I wouldn't want to go coach the Saints. At 6, I have the Las Vegas Raiders. I just am not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. I think they're not really in a position to go get a quarterback this year. Aiden O'Connell looked okay.
They're trading up for Shador. They're doing it.
And I think that would be a mistake. I think that would be a mistake. I don't think any of these quarterbacks in this year's draft class are worth giving up future assets for.
I don't disagree with that.
I don't disagree with that.
I think they could be good players.
Yeah,
I think they could be good players for sure, but I don't think they're worth giving up a future first or multiple seconds.
Especially in the position that the Raiders are in.
Right.
You can't give up picks right now. You're not in that position.
They're another team too where it's like, okay, like you have Brock Bowers, he's a cool young piece. You have, pretty young offensive line. Like they're talented. You have some young pieces there, but really defensively, like their defense is either aging or just not good.
They can't draft.
Right.
They got to trade Max Crosby, bro.
Brock was a hit, obviously.
Right. They haven't drafted well on defense. So
they're
I just think
trade Max, I think, for sure.
Yeah. So I just think this is another team where, as a coach, like there's just nothing to look forward to. At number 5, this is the team that hasn't fired their coach yet, but they've said they're non-committal about whether he'll stay or whether he'll go. So this is where I put them. It's the Dallas Cowboys. I just feel like given the situation of paying Dak all the money that he's paid, paying CeeDee Lamb all the money that you're paying him, and probably having to pay Micah Parsons all the money that you're going to pay him, it's a rough cap situation, and I think they're not really well equipped to overcome that. I think there's so many holes on this team that if they pay Micah Parsons, and granted the Cowboys have drafted well over our lifetimes, extremely well over our lifetimes, but you basically have no room for error with any of your draft picks, given how much you're going to be paying all those guys. And also it's just the pressure of coaching the Dallas Cowboys. You have to, there's no rebuilding when you're coaching the Dallas Cowboys.
Working for Jerry Jones sucks.
I agree, but you also have, and I don't know if you factor this in, job security. Jerry doesn't like to fire guys. Yep. When he hires someone, he gives you all of the leash.
Sure, but again, it's kind of just being in the media and that type of thing for me. Like, I wouldn't want to coach the Cowboys.
You're a pawn. You're basically a pawn for Jerry Jones.
And again, like this is a team that we've been saying all season that needs to at least do a soft rebuild, like a retooling or whatever the case may be. But realistically, they should probably just tear everything down. They shouldn't have paid those 2 guys when they paid them. But that's a whole other thing. But this is a team that should probably do some type of rebuild, and they just can't. Like if you're hired to coach the Dallas Cowboys, you're expected to win. Even though they don't win, you're expected to win. Well, so it's just like you're set up to lose.
Yeah.
Just like the Raiders, just like the Saints, you're set up to lose. At number 4, another team where I just feel like you're set up to lose. It's the New York Jets.
Yep.
It's the New York Jets.
But over the Cowboys?
I think the Jets have.
I have the Jets first.
So
in the least desirable.
Yeah. Oh
I said this when
I have them below the Cowboys for sure.
I said this when we did our little segment. We did a segment about this, about the futures of the Jets and the Cowboys. I picked the Jets over the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I just think they have more younger pieces to look forward to. And sure, the Cowboys have.
I don't even want to be there.
I was gonna say they just none of them want.
They don't even want to be there.
But I get it. I do.
If those two guys, the quarterback and the receiver, are gone, then like it's a whole new. Because they were so trending that way, and then they brought in Aaron Rodgers, and it all went to shit. But they were doing such a great job of building a culture and establishing something and drafting extremely well.
Rex Ryan, baby.
Extremely well.
Honestly, we're
gonna talk about guys. Who we think should get these jobs. That's my pick.
I can't wait to talk about that.
That's my pick for the
my pick for the Jets.
Hands down. I was clowned for that last night. I was trying to.
Even if he's not the one to get you guys to Super Bowl contention.
We need
culture.
Right.
There it is.
Right.
We need culture.
Build
so
the culture. Get to whatever the ceiling is. With a Rex Ryan.
Can his ass again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can his ass again.
Literally. Yeah.
I was texting everybody.
Then move on to an offensive-minded guy.
That's the way.
That's the way. I was texting everybody. Please, someone walk with me. Rex Ryan is going to save the Jets.
We've said it time and time again. Like Rob Saleh was building a fucking culture. He should have never fucking went. I'm sorry. He was doing he was doing a great job.
Agree.
He was doing honestly a phenomenal job.
As
he
a Jet
won.
fan, like how did you feel about?
Bro, he won 7 games with Zach Wilson as a starting quarterback
I think
twice.
JG and Rob,
like
as a tandem, were fine.
I like Joe Douglas. I always have.
I think a team's gonna get. Oh my God, wherever he goes, Joe Douglas is gonna cook.
Bro, I kind of would have. I'm not gonna lie. I would have loved if we fired.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and
Joe's gonna be great.
The Jets over the Cowboys too because there's less expectation.
Sure.
A little bit less expectation.
Sure.
If you're
used to it,
you're getting
no job security.
You're getting hired to coach the Jets. You're expected to fail. I don't care about job security, bro. I'm a football mastermind. If I get fired, I'll find another job.
Yeah.
I'll find another job.
So Dan Campbell could run.
Yeah,
people are saying, "Will Rex hold up in the league, bro, with his tactics?" What are you talking about? His tactics? He's a football guy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I personally would put the Jets below the Cowboys, but above the other two because those two are just black holes of organizations at this point. Like, what do you even do when you get there?
I get your reasoning. As a Jets fan,
I do
personally,
too.
I'm biased where I think it's the least desirable. Like, they're a shit show.
Yeah,
but I only say it because the Cowboys have talent for you to step in and win 10 games. They just did it with Cooper Rush.
The Jets have talent too. The Jets were talented enough that they were supposed to be a Super Bowl
agree, but now you lose a quarterback and you're back in the quarterback market. Like if you go to Dallas at the very least, and I know what we think of Dak and his contract, I get that, but you have one. That's better than not having one in the NFL.
We don't know if he could get you over the hump.
Yeah, I mean,
the Jets are at least looking for a guy who could get them over the hump. With Dak, maybe we know already
he's going to win you games.
I guess.
Not the big games.
I'm not trying to win regular season games as a coach. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl.
Well, you ain't winning a playoff game if you're on either of these teams.
Yeah, but I'm the one who's going to turn it around for all of them.
Damn, you're going to have to coach Sam Darnold $50 million, man. I can't wait for Sam Darnold to win.
Sam at 50, Dak at 60. Who would you rather have?
That's different. Sam isn't making $50 million from the Jets right now, so that's different. At number 3, I have the Chicago Bears. Very similar to the Jets for me, just they have the quarterback in place that could be the one.
That's huge.
Like Dak, I don't think Dak could be the one, personally.
They got a lot of young pieces overall.
Right, they have a lot of young pieces overall. They're another one who they just need a culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring that to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Caleb, I'm enamored with Caleb. I think he's really talented. I think he could still.
So how would you describe your coaching style? Like the culture of Dan Campbell, the X's and O's of Sean McVay, Kevin O'Connell.
What are you gonna run?
What's your
style?
What are you like at the podium?
What are you interviewing him?
Yes.
Are you offensive, defensive minded?
I'm offensive minded.
I figured. What do you like at the podium?
I'm chill almost like Mike McDaniel at the podium. I'm chilling, funny in the podium. But then behind closed doors, I'm kind of like that Dan Campbell, like John Gruden. I'm a silly.
Got me feeling nice.
Yeah, no, deadass. I'm a silly, goofy guy. Like,
he's in the coaching. He's in the coaching carousel right now.
I'll be a silly, goofy guy. I'll crack some jokes with the media, but behind closed doors, when we're in those meetings, like it's all business. And if you guys don't know that it's all business, like you could fucking leave.
Yeah.
You're not wanted here if
I'm
you
like
don't know
Dennis
it's all
Allen, I just
business.
hate all my players.
Throw them under the bus all the time.
Fuck these guys.
So at number 2, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is another team like the Bears, like the Jets, like the Cowboys, I guess you could group them in here, who kind of historical shit show over our time watching football. Similar to the Bears, where a lot of young pieces in place. A lot of you. Trev, I think, is the guy. I don't have any questions about Trevor Lawrence. I think
I do.
I don't.
I do. I still do. How long does he? I don't know. I don't know. I
think
love
he
Trevor
hasn't had a coach like me.
That's true. That's a good point. That's a
Right.
good point. I love Trevor
And
Lawrence.
it's just my problem with them is just the history of a poverty organization.
100%.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not Trev's fault, but at the end of the day, so far his career has been a failure. No
100%.
matter how, like he's not
100%.
like when you are deemed generational, you are
You gotta
supposed to, no
overcome.
matter
Yeah,
what.
Yeah,
Andrew
you gotta
Luck.
overcome. 100%.
What year is he at now? 6? How many years has he been in
I
the
think
league?
this,
Probably going into
this
year
is
6
going
now.
into year
That's
6. Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, go on.
But
We're year 5.
I think they're similar to the Bears in where they have pieces in place. I still think Trev could be that
I like
one. I think he has all the tools to be that type of guy. Obviously, we know who Brian Thomas Jr. is.
Yeah,
He's,
and we're seeing quarterbacks bloom late.
yeah,
It's not that he's blooming late, but
yeah,
know,
he's
he-
he
he's
has
here for
He
a
already
career.
had a year
did.
where
Still
he
got
was
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, he's bloomed. He just really hasn't had the chance. And then,
generational
yeah. And I think on
trajectory.
defense, they have some pieces. I know Trayvon Walker's looked at as a failed #1 overall pick, and sure, he's not Aiden Hutchinson, but
Man, not
he's
at all.
I mean, he's had 2 straight 10 sack seasons.
Yeah,
Like
he's
he's a good player. They've
Cool.
drafted some cool dudes, and their defense saved some cool pieces. They don't have really a culture on
And they need a
defense.
goddamn secondary is what they
Right,
need.
right, yeah. But they have some cool pieces on defense. And the thing with the Jaguars that I have them over the Bears, over the Jets, over the Cowboys is there's no expectations here.
Yeah.
Even if I'm bad, we saw with Doug Peterson, I'm not going to be in the media.
No.
Like, they're not going to be talking about me being bad because the Jets will be in the media. The Cowboys will be in the
Bro,
media.
Doug Peterson was literally like
Horrible.
Like, I can't make the guys play good. Like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
he's like the
Like,
guys go
we
on the
s-
field and play. I
Yeah,
can't do
we
anything
saw
about
the
that.
shit that he was saying and doing
Insane.
because it's our job to like keep up with everything around the league. But like the casual football fan wasn't keeping up with the
Privy to-
Jaguars.
Is
yeah,
it him
they
that
were
Shady
there.
When the
McCoy's always
Jaguar-
talking shit about, or is that Chip Kelly?
Chip
Chip
Kelly.
Kelly
Kelly,
always
yeah,
talks
okay.
shit about Shady
Yeah.
McCoy,
Like
bro.
when the Jaguars made the playoffs with Trev, it was a shock to everyone. They were the surprise fun team. When the Jaguars made the playoffs with Ramsey and Bortles, they were the fun, shocking team. I want to be the fun, shocking team.
Jacksonville.
and you have the division to do it.
Yes, I have the division to do
That's
it.
another good
I have
point.
the division
You
to
go
do
to
it.
the NFC
Good
North,
aspect,
bro.
yeah.
You are fighting
Yeah.
for your damn life.
Yeah.
Every game.
Yeah. And then number 1, I think you guys saw it coming. It's the Patriots.
Glad you put them in number 1.
I just think again, Drake May, same as Trev, same as Caleb, like he's shown he could be the guy. They don't have that many pieces in place. I don't think it compared to the Bears, I don't think they have as many like long-term pieces in place, honestly. But they have some guys in place, and this is just a historical franchise that
Yeah.
has been
Yeah.
excellent our whole
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
That I know that I'm gonna be backed by whoever my GM is. I don't know the Patriots GM off the top of my head, and the Kraft family. That we don't tolerate bullshit. We don't tolerate bullshit.
You don't.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So Patriots at number 1.
Yeah, I agree with the Pats just because, like you said, they're the only organization on here that has a track record of success recently. I mean, the Cowboys won Super Bowls 75 years ago, but
Now that I did that, I'm leaving. See you.
see you later. The only thing I take a little issue with is the whole like you have no expectations thing because like I think every coach is supposed to have expectations.
yeah.
Like a GM isn't going to hire you and be like, all right, like you should make the playoffs. But like if you don't, whatever. Like they want to make the playoffs. They want to win a Super Bowl. They want you to instill a culture. So I think the expectations are relatively the same long term. Like if you get a 4-year deal, by the 3rd, 4th year, you're supposed to be a great team. You know, like no matter who you are or what job it is.
Yeah. I mean, unless you have your worst year in your 3rd year.
No,
as
that
a
always
certain team.
No, that always no. And then
Usually it gets you fired.
It almost never happens. Like
This
that.
year it doesn't.
I don't know, man. Dable should not be fired.
I don't hate Dabes. Don't get me wrong. But You in your third. I just think it's unfair the expectations we put on them after we had a playoff season in the first week.
Yeah.
I mean the first season.
Yeah.
But anyways, on the Patriots, because I'm actually very excited to talk about them because I'm so happy Chris put them 1 because they should be 1. I mean,
I agree.
When we did our quarterbacks list for the rookies and how we'd rank them, I had Drake May at number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I firmly believe that Drake May is going to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Like, there is bar none. I mean, I know we've seen Jaden play to that level, but I think that Drake just has the highest ceiling in my personal opinion. Not only that, I know we said there aren't a bunch of young pieces, and there's not. There simply isn't. They can't draft wide receivers for their lives.
They cannot draft
they trade the pick that ends up being Ladd for Jalen Polk and Javon Baker.
Yep.
Javon Baker didn't have a catch this season. Jalen Polk had less than 100 yards. So they missed again. And that wasn't a Bill Belichick thing. That seems to be the Patriots thing.
Yeah.
Go out in free agency with $130 million in cap space, the most by far in the league, and go get what you need.
Yeah.
Go get an O-line, go get weapons. You could draft defense because we all know you've done that over and over again throughout the entirety of your franchise. So yeah, I mean, they are in such a good position for whoever ends up going there. And I mean, if we're going to talk about candidates now, I think for the Patriots, it's obvious. It's one guy, and it's going to be that one guy. It's Mike Vrabel. He's getting the job. We all know that. That's going to happen.
Which, but is just a perfect unison of, like, how the hell is this guy? How did he not get a job last cycle? I don't know. But
so mad.
Part of me
like,
wishes Ben Johnson ended up there.
Yeah.
But
like, Vrabel shouldn't be available. Like,
no.
He just shouldn't be.
I heard rumors that Josh McDaniel is going to be brought back.
I low-key do want to see. I like Vrabes, but I want to see one of these like crazy offensive minds go work with Drake May.
So that's is like usually the recipe is a defensive head coach with a proven quarterback, or like an offensive head coach.
I think they firmly believe that Drake is going to be that dude.
Sure, but
after seeing what he did with a bad supporting cast.
That's understandable.
But yeah, that's a tried and true formula. Or another tried and true formula is put an offense.
I mean,
head coach
Vrabel
with
won 12
a great
games
quarterback.
with fucking Ryan Tannehill.
Yes.
So you know.
I mean, he also had that guy in the backfield
right,
too.
Derrick Henry. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's Vrabel for the Patriots. He's already changing his wallpaper on Twitter and stuff.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Really?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, wow.
He changed it to him and one of his former teammates in Patriots jerseys.
Good for him.
Outside of that, Jags, I
want Ben Johnson.
Rumors that Ben Johnson is going. I'm saying this like I have sources. I read Twitter. I saw Ben Johnson is likely the Jags' next head coach. That's at least the favorite. Like, that's who they are going to push hard for. If that happens, man, Trevor to the goddamn moon. I think I could say that much.
100%. The Bears, I mean, it also should be Ben Johnson.
If it's not Ben Johnson, for these two teams, I don't care who it is, but one of Ben Johnson or Liam Cohen.
Liam Cohen
Joe Brady up there or no?
Joe Brady's cool.
I like Joe Brady.
Joe Brady's cool. I like
Cohen deserves
the
job. I
Cohen,
agree.
The Bucks.
offensive
Yeah,
coordinator.
okay. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't mind Liam Cohen there either. I mean, that'd be a great move too.
I like the way Ben Johnson and Liam Cohen have been able to like elevate their quarterbacks, whereas not to a fault, but like, is Joe Brady elevating Josh Allen, or is Josh Allen elevating Brady? You know what I mean?
I mean,
it's a little bit of both.
What he did do was elevate a Bills run game.
Yeah, 100%.
Which
for sure.
Well, Bill's run game,
They've
the
been
offensive
missing.
line has been one of the best in the league too.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is
Yeah.
personnel. That offensive line is just elite.
Yeah, I just like the creativity of the Ben Johnsons.
for
and
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves it.
Yeah.
You fake a
Joe
fumble.
Brady be doing some crazy shit too, though.
He does.
I don't love Liam Cohen though.
I do.
I get it. I just don't love because like
The way he was able to revive that speaking of run games, the way he was able to revive the Bucks
Yeah,
run game
that's
with
true.
a
I mean,
fourth round running back
Yeah, I mean,
is. I mean, Bucky's a dog. Yeah,
Bucky's
for
a dog.
sure.
Bears need a head coach that's willing to run the football, and they need a guy who
yes.
can run the football in the backfield.
All of these guys can. All of these offensive coordinators. Ben Johnson, like they run the ball. You know?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's the thing that's scary about the Bears. Like DeAndre Swift was the first signing of free agency.
yeah, that's
Why?
true.
Ryan Poles.
Yeah.
That's my only thing.
Great
I remember
job,
because I was talking with my friends about like, oh, like the Jets should get Liam Cohen. It's like, and you said too, like elevating quarterbacks. I mean, I don't know, because we already said last year Baker got elevated by Canales, so they just get like I don't know. I just think Baker's good. Like I don't know if it's always just the. I agreed though with the run game. I think the run game has taken strides. But I know we're not. You guys didn't mention the Jets yet. It's Rex or Aaron.
It to be Rex.
It's Rex or Aaron Glenn. There's no other.
Aaron Glenn would be.
Aaron Glenn played for the Jets.
Played for the Jets,
right?
2-time Pro Bowl for the Jets. That's it.
I saw
the two options. It has to be.
I saw that I think they interviewed Matt Nagy. The Jets are interviewing everybody. I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah,
everyone's
every
interviewing
single person.
everyone.
Yeah.
And Ron Rivera. That cannot happen.
No, Ron Rivera
cannot happen.
cannot happen.
Jesus Christ.
Matt Nagy, I saw.
Ron Rivera needs to hang it up, bro.
Yeah, no, he's done.
It's over.
Schefter said they interviewed Darren Rizzi. Why?
Don't understand
know.
that either.
The Bears requested to interview Mike McCarthy, which that I've never heard of in professional sport. Like interviewing a head coach who currently has a job.
No, but the weird part about it is like,
And the
I
Cowboys
swear to
denied the
God,
request, apparently.
Mike's
His
contract was
contract,
up.
Yeah.
So why
not
do they
up
have
yet.
to? Oh,
I
okay.
swore-
it's up in like
I-
March.
No, I think it ends like this week. Like I think it ends
okay.
like Thursday.
Yeah.
So then they
I was
then
seeing
I'm gonna have to
because
request.
I'd be
Yeah.
having the ESPN on during work, so I think that's what I saw. Let me look.
Regardless, I mean, I think Mike McCarthy's a good candidate for any job.
Mike McCarthy's a good.
I think Mike McCarthy's a damn good head coach. That just-
January 14th, so
Oh, okay.
a week from today.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Aaron Rodgers PR just ruined Mike McCarthy's whole
Yes.
entire
Yeah.
career. That's all it is. I think Mike McCarthy. Are you a Mike McCarthy guy? I don't love Mike McCarthy. I think he's fine. I think it's blown out of proportion because he had to play. He had to coach Aaron Rodgers, then he had to coach America's team. He hasn't caught a break. He has not had a team where he could just like, all right, let me do what I can do without the scrutiny. He is the most scrutinized coach maybe we've ever seen ever.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. With
I
both
think it's
those
fine.
Bro,
teams.
he was
he's
winning
won a
with
Super
Cooper
Bowl.
Rush, bro. Winning some games with Cooper Rush. I mean, like, what else are you supposed to do?
But Mike's extremely overhated. And that's all Aaron Rodgers. That was Aaron Rodgers set that man back.
Bears are also requesting an interview with Joe Brady. Rob Saleh is on the Jags interview list.
Ooh,
The Jags interview requests are actually Kellen Moore, Todd Monken, Joe Brady, Liam Cohen, Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn. I don't know who Patrick Graham is, and Robert Saleh.
DC of the Raiders, former DC of the Giants, actually.
Interesting.
Patrick Graham.
I like Salah as a DC for any of those teams.
I
who
like
go and get
Saleh
one
as
of
a
those
DC, and I
offensive
think
minds.
Lou Anarumo, whoever gets him, is gonna.
Louis.
He was a fucking scapegoat.
He's coming home.
He has to.
He's coming home.
Please, Staten Island
Bring
legend.
that man to the New York Giants,
Staten
please.
Island
Nah, Lou
legend.
sold.
Spags 2.0 in Lou
Sold,
Anarumo.
bro. I don't know
Please.
why he didn't. I feel like a couple years ago he could have easily left for. I mean,
Head coach.
He
teams
could have got a head
wanted
coaching
him,
job.
bro.
100%.
Yeah, teams.
Now
wanted
He
him.
was interviewing. He didn't get one.
Yeah.
He was interviewing. He didn't get one.
Surprised.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
I think he
Like
should. He's gonna get a job quick.
He had
He's-
one good defensive player on his roster, and he had the best season of his career. Like,
Yeah.
think about that.
Yeah, Trey
Yeah.
is a dog. Yeah, nah, as for the rest of these teams, I mean culture setters. Like what else can you really do with poor ass organizations like this? Like
Saints and like Tom Brady's doing the interviewing for the Raiders. I
was
would
gonna
imagine.
say,
So like
I'm-
Like,
different
do you guys
ownership
agree-
there. Like,
bro, John Gruden for another time.
I like Gruden, bro.
fuck it.
But do you guys like agree with his ranking? I think the only thing I would change about that, I'd probably have the Raiders a little bit higher. Mainly
over the
because of-
Cowboys or Jets.
I don't know. I'm hoping that the Brady.
I put
maybe
the
I'm reading-
Cowboys over the Jets. That's what I said before.
It's
I put the Cowboys over the Jets.
It's a tough one because I don't know. Because then like Woody Johnson's in the same realm
Oh,
as
dude.
fucking Jerry Jones as just a piss poor owner, and if he decides that he really wants
Yeah.
to get involved,
That thing really. You turned it off or on?
Off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't blame you, bro.
Chilly, bro.
I've been
It's
cold
very
since fucking
chilly.
start,
I'm over
thank
here.
God.
Yeah.
Cold. I'm hot as
I'm-
balls
you're
over
gonna
here.
be
You're the fan.
We got a hoodie
Yeah.
on too. Jets over the Cowboys. I hear what both of you were saying. Like job security, yes, because Jerry doesn't fire his coaches, but like fuck that. Just assume you're gonna, just assume you're gonna be good at your job and you're not gonna get fired.
Oh, I'm saying this is me. I'm talking about.
But either way, like these head coaches are gonna get scapegoated. They always do. A lot of times it's their fault that they, because they didn't do their job. But two things can be true at once. The Jets do have better younger pieces, but again, I don't know. Not working for Woody Johnson or not working for Jerry Jones is a toss up. I don't want to work for either of those.
Yeah, I
fucking
mean,
guys.
you could work for Woody and Brick.
oh my God,
or-
Jackson Dart and Garrett Wilson on the Jets is gonna be crazy.
I mean, I'd prefer not to work for a 17-year-old. That's just me personally.
I'd rather
on, you
work
like
for him.
that.
I'd rather work for a 17-year-old than Jerry
Garrett's
Jones.
gone, bro. If that happens, bro. Garrett is so gone.
I don't-
Jackson Dart.
Jerry Jones does not help you do your job. well
Woody
as a
is
head coach.
basically Jerry Jones.
Yeah, that's what I said.
With a
It's like- it's toss-up.
17-year-old son who is a
Madden lover. That's it.
yeah,
Gamer. I don't know.
and,
man.
Enthusiast.
and probably plays like lax, but like doesn't get in the game. is what I'm gonna.
Yeah,
say.
that's Brick. Yeah, for sure.
His name is fucking Brick.
Brick.
That's
Brick
nuts.
Johnson is his name?
Yes.
Being Woody and naming your kid
Brick
Brick.
No,
Johnson.
time out. His name's Woody.
Yes.
He named his kid Brick
Yes.
Johnson, and his initials are BJ?
Yeah, baby.
That is so
Set that kid up for, oh my God.
Yep. Rock hard dick is basically
Rock hard dick. Rock hard blowjob.
Dick
It's
is his
fucking
name.
bro. Oh my
Oh
God.
man. Yeah, I'd rather work for Jerry Jones at that point
I guess so, yeah.
than a
It's-
guy named Woody and Rock Hard Dick.
I think the Cowboys objectively have been a more successful franchise than the Jets, so I put the Cowboys
easily,
over the Jets for that reason. Like, just that reason.
Bears, Jags,
going
and
forward, it's
Pats.
tough.
Do you guys think that's the 3-2-1 in that
I-
order? I
So
think
the-
I might put the Bears over the Jags.
The only thing about that is the point you made about the divisions is like
But yeah,
it's
He
so
made-
much
he
easier.
made that
Yeah,
point about
it's
the
so much
division.
easier to have success in the AFC South, and even looking long term at that team. Like your competition is the Texans, who who regressed this year, the Colts, who have no culture, and then the Titans.
Pat McAfee ripping them boys up.
Just the Titans, versus the NFC North, who are set up for success for many years to come. So, think I'll go Jags over Bears, but I could see why the inverse would be true.
So I cooked.
Either cook.
Yeah,
I'd probably
they cook.
take the Jags as my most favorable, actually. Even though,
over
like,
the Patriots?
yeah, I mean, because now if we're talking quarterbacks, like you guys are right in the sense that, like, Trevor hasn't been what he's supposed to be in terms of generational yet. Could he get there? Sure. Caleb, I think, is going to be so similar to Trevor. If they keep messing up,
I completely agree.
yeah,
I
then it's
honestly totally get
know?
where you're coming
so
from, yeah.
if like I feel like that's kind of what those two teams are based on, and then Drake May too. Drake May has the highest ceiling. I mean, the Patriots, that's
Thank
tough.
you.
Like, well, out of those three, I understand. Like, that's what I mean. Like, because like they have the tools to actually help him succeed. I think the Patriots are, oh my God, way more well equipped, and like you were saying with the culture itself, to actually make the moves necessary. So it's tough. I mean, right now I think Trevor's just the most developed, so he's the most sexy, and like as we were just talking about with the division.
I think Drake is the most sexy, honestly, at this point.
You think so?
Not even just looks, probably looks too, if we're being honest. But yeah, I
No, bro. Drake may don't look better than Caleb.
No, yeah, no shot.
Like
Drake
looks
May is a
was.
better looking guy than Caleb.
No, I don't agree at all.
Yes, he is.
No,
Completely
bro.
disagree.
No.
I guess we have different types.
That's a bad take. Yeah, I guess so.
That's
a bad
you,
take.
you like ugly men. I don't know.
Hey, Drake is not ugly.
Drake's not ugly, but he's not better looking than Caleb.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and follow us on all our socials.
Check out our full pod popping up on the screen right now and any other recent videos we've posted.